Okay. Greetings and salutations, everyone. I hope that you all had a great 4th. Hope you all still have all your fingers and appendages where they're supposed to be. I used to be really into fireworks, and then I don't care about them as much anymore. They're still fun to watch, but I don't really buy them because there's other kinds of explosives and stuff that I'm more interested in. But anyway, we're going back today. I just finished my warm-ups and pull-ups and whatnot, so we're going to hit some chest-supported rows, and then I think cable rows, and then lat pulls, and probably some shrugs after that. I don't remember. It is more or less the same program every week. I should be fairly familiar with it at this point, but we'll see. You know, my short-term memory isn't anything to write home about. Anyways, we're hitting the 90s, same as last week, but here we go. It's hot today, and I'm tired. I just don't feel like lifting, or I didn't, but then I took some pre-workout, got warmed up on the treadmill, got some steps in, and now, I'm pretty locked in. I think that's it's a good warm-up. It's just go walk for 20 or 30 minutes, get a video or a game going on your phone, work up a sweat, and then drink your pre-workout while you're actually walking, and you'll find your motivation pretty quick. That's been my trick lately. So, anyway, going for a set of 12 here. Ugh. Wish my arms were just slightly longer. All right. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Not bad. All right. Round 2. Damn it. Well, I guess we're going to shoot for 12 next week on the second set. It's all good. Okay, so seated rows, set of 20. We're going to try 180 like last week. My back is a little tweaked from leg day. I sort of didn't fully recover, but it's a lot better than it was when I initially messed it up, so can't complain about that. So, here we go. This feels upside down. Yes, I am. Sweat running in my eyes. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that mag grip, we're not sure how we feel about it. But yeah, we're definitely have to lower the weight for the next set. Those last 2 reps were pretty hard garbage. So. All right, mix it up a little bit, change the camera angle. I have dropped the weight from 180 to 170, so we're gonna see how that goes. Oh man, I am dragging ass. So get some blood flowing, wake it up a little bit. All right. 1, 2, 3. I'm leaning back so far. Oh, fudge. I really got to stop bleeding. I caught myself doing it. But, live and you learn. All right, we actually have the Smith machine to do shrugs on for once. That's pretty cool. That's the first time this happened in like 3 or 4 weeks. So, 12 and 12. You know the rules. We all know the rules. Something wrong with I bit myself. Back on food the other day, but my mouth hurts. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3. I had a bit of trouble racking it there. So, update the this machine's definitely heavier than running on the cables, so that's pretty cool. I'm going to drop these 10s on the next set. Alright, took the 10s off, so it's 180. Much as I don't like to believe that the bar has weight, the bar definitely weighs more than cables. So that's why it's a bit heavier to pick up. But, yeah, let's hit another one of these. Another thing, we have pull downs, which, we all love pull downs. I mean, we all love them. Anyway. 1, 2, 3. All right, so we got underhand rows, giving you a different camera angle here. Goodness. But underhand, set of 12, 2 sets of 12, got 180 pounds on the stat. Let's kill it. Okay, here we go again. I'm feeling pretty fried, so we'll see if we get that 12. We'll see. If I do, I'm gonna probably have to cheat it or my former self or whatever, but we're really gonna go for it. I had to fix my grip there, sorry. I fucked with it because I had my hand was slipping. I probably cost myself a rep or two there. Whatever. It happens. Move on. We're moving over here for our pullovers. And I'm actually not that mad about that because I didn't get that many reps. But last week I actually dropped the weight for the second set. And I didn't drop the weight for the second set on this one. So in a way, it's actually kind of an improvement in a way. It's a set of 25. Just a good pump set. We're not trying to get like super heavyweight here, so just trying to feel a pump. I'm gonna disengage every time, like my shoulder's gonna come, all the way out, so we can feel the flex on the lats every rep. So here we go. Need to back up a little bit. We're not feeling it in our lats, but our triceps are freaking burning. Okay, I feel it a little bit, but for the most part, man, that's the mind muscle thing, one more set, and that's it. I'll hit some back posing and then I'll do some cardio at home. Maybe I'll give you guys a little talk in the car since I didn't do it this morning. So I'm beginning to, well, not beginning, but I can feel my back. Pretty pumped. Just feels like I'm carrying something when I'm not. It's a cool feeling. You know, you got like a permanent shadow. Anyway. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh, damn. Pain. Pump and pain. But, hit some back poses. Okay, you know, just standing here, if I coil my shirt up a little bit. So, this is just, no flexing, nothing, just standing neutral right now. I can, sort of hold this here, hit like a pseudo back relax. That's what it looks like. No flexing. This is our back at the moment. Let me put this off quick. Some wings. Not bad. Sort of see a shadow coming in there, little rib finger things, whatever that is. Yeah. Here we go. That's some definition there. Not too bad. Whew. Whew. Yeah. I mean, that's bad. Honestly, like, acne's coming in pretty strong once again. It's got to be one of my least pleasant things I have to say about bodybuilding. But, you know what? You got to pay to play. And them's the breaks, homie. So anyway, overall, successful back day. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, so I didn't film an intro type video this morning because I work at this gym on Saturdays and I didn't want to film one and then start filming the workout 4 hours later. Just continuity and all that. But, yeah, so now I'm going to film one now. Give me 1 second here. Anyway, damn, it's hot in here. It is a hot day. Today, the 80s that we had for the last week or so have waved goodbye, and we are well back into the mid-90s. It is 96 Fahrenheit out right now. I think that's like 34 or 35 Celsius-ish. For all of you folks who didn't celebrate freedom yesterday, American freedom at the very least, which is, as it stands, the best kind of freedom so far. We're doing our best to get rid of it, but, that's the point of government, isn't it? He says as a government employee. I actually love my job. I love what I do professionally, and I actually really believe in the work that I do. But, regardless, one thing I want to talk about is accountability. If you ever meet somebody that says, oh man, I would work out, or oh man, I would jog, or I would do cardio, or, I would lift weights, but there's usually what follows that but isn't, but I'm disabled, but I'm in a wheelchair, but I have a chronic health condition that prevents me from exerting myself. And in those cases, it's totally legitimate, If you have really, really bad exercise-induced asthma, and if you start jogging, you literally die, definitely a great reason to not exercise. Or at least really push yourself, Definitely a good reason. Dying is not cool. Dying does not get you the ladies. But usually what I find is it's always some lame BS excuse. It's like, but I don't like getting sweaty. But it hurts. But I don't like pushing myself. But there's better things to do with my time. Things like that. And to that, what I have to say is, those people aren't looking for a workout partner. They aren't looking for advice. They're looking for pity. They're looking for condolences. And I say, whether you're a guy or a girl or whoever's talking to you is a guy, a girl, whatever their age, it doesn't matter. You should not give them the validation that they're seeking. What you should say is because if you actually care about them, what you're going to say is wow, I don't think those are good reasons, and I care about you, and I think I would like you to be healthier and in better shape, and I'd like you to feel better, and I don't think those excuses are going to get you anywhere. And that pisses them off, but if you actually care about someone, you're going to want what's best for them, and what's best for you is not skipping out for some dumb, underhanded, lame reason. I'm not saying everyone should be a bodybuilder. In fact, I don't think anybody really should bodybuild. It's not exactly a healthy sport. But what I'm saying is that everybody should be exercising. And whether that's, you bike ride, you swim, you play soccer with the boys, you got your beer league hockey, you run, or you lift weights, whatever. Everybody should be exercising. We're animals, that's what we're designed to do. And if you treat the body poorly, it's going to give you poor results. If you stay at home all day, eating Doritos and drinking beer, you're going to develop a body that is only able to eat Doritos and drink beer. Whereas if you're healthy and you still eat Doritos and drink beer, you're still active, you're still fit, Diet's a big part, but I think if you have, this isn't going to go as well for the ladies because
women tend to be more insecure about their bodies for obvious reasons, but if you got a fat friend, if you're a dude and you got a fat friend, and he's concerningly large, and he's lazy, and he's unhealthy, you got to call him out on it. Because one of two things, well, there's a few things that are going to happen, might happen. One is he's like, damn, you're right, I need to pick it up. I am fat and unhealthy. And he will drastically improve the quality of his life, and you helped him get there. Or he'll say, you know what, man, screw you, I'm happy the way I am. And then you did your best, you tried to push him, and he just doesn't want to be healthy. Whatever. And then the third one is he's all like, man, screw you, I hate you, you're not my friend anymore. And if that's all it took for him to not be your friend, if you're saying legitimately, hey, I really care about you, I think that you're living in an unhealthy lifestyle, and I want you to live longer because you're my friend, and I want you to be healthy, and I'd like to spend as much time with you as possible, and that means you're not dying. And he says, I don't want to be your friend because of that. Then he wasn't a very good friend to begin with. Now, you don't do it maliciously, You don't say, yeah, man, you're so fat and ugly and stupid. I hate you. You're so fat. No. Well, you want to approach it sensitively. I mean, depending on the dynamics of your relationship. In my experience, most of my guy friends, I could be like, hey, man, fuck you. You should kill yourself. And they're like, oh, sick, dude. That's so gnarly. But that's just kind of how we rib each other. We're not ever actually we don't ever actually mean that. I've never said that with venom, in my voice to one of my friends. But it's ironic, But anyway, encourage your friends, encourage your family to get out there, to break a sweat, and to push their bodies. Because you can look up any of the studies on it. Exercising invariably increases the quality and length of your life, within reason. Essentially, it will give more out than what you put in. It is disproportionate returns, to use an economic jargon there. So if I run for an hour every day, you know how they say smoking a cigarette takes 7 minutes off your life or whatever, and that's obviously not true necessarily, but if you jog for an hour a week, it'll give you 3 hours more of your life, and so it adds up. That's not necessarily that's not a concrete figure, but it's just an example. And most studies say that hey, exercising makes you live longer, and what you put into exercising will make you live longer than what you put in. So the argument that it's a waste of time is empirically false. There's data showing that it's false. It's not a waste of time. Not only will you look better, feel better, you'll also actually increase the length of your life as well as the quality of your life. So that excuse is bunk, Excuses are the tools of the incompetent. They build bridges to nowhere, and those who use them are monuments to nothingness. That is a saying that I have memorized because, well, that's a story for another time. But I think it holds true. You gotta pay to play. And life will not hand you anything for free. If you want to be big, if you want to be strong, if you want to look good, you want to get a six-pack, you want big arms, you have to work for it. And there's no way around it. Now if you're genetically gifted, you don't have to work out to have a six-pack, you don't have to work out to have good musculature, and that's good. That's cool for you, man. But you should still exercise, because you can be bigger, you can be stronger, and you can be healthier. That's the other thing. That's why bodybuilding is not exactly a healthy sport. When you picture a perfect Greek god, statuesque, ripped guy, Mr. Olympia caliber, Chris Bumstead looking dudes, you think oh, that's perfect. When in reality is, those guys are 2 steps from death's door when they're on stage like that, because they're immensely dehydrated. They have barely the bottom limit of body fat for their brains to actually function. They're running on fumes. It's highly unsustainable to be stage ready like that. So, everything in moderation. But bodybuilding's not a healthy sport. It's a badass sport, but it's not a healthy one. And but that about sums it up for today. I think what I'm trying to get at is do something physical. All right. Nobody wants to hear your excuses. Nobody's going to believe them. And if somebody's feeding you those, and when you say like, "Hey man, why don't you work out?" This is your sign. I'm telling you. You have my permission to tell them, I'm not giving you what you're looking for. You're looking for a reason. You're looking for justification, your complacency, and I'm not here to offer it. So, anyways, see you guys tomorrow.